Good morning everyone, it's Tuesday, the sun is shining, I'm about to head out, I'm going to have a meeting and then I'm going to the supermarket because I forgot to add the food that I needed for recipe shoots this week. So silly, but yeah, gotta go now. I'm running a few minutes behind. So let's grab my bits, not my actual bits, but let's grab the bits I need and let's go. I'm being an awful vlogger because I went out, didn't film once, and I just put the food I got from Lidl away. Maybe I'll show you some highlights. But they were selling Walker's sharing bag salt and vinegar for 99p. And they are my favourite crisps on the planet. Just plain Walker's salt and vinegar. Oh, I've got stuff all over my dress. Of course I have, because I couldn't wear something nice without getting something on it. For lunch, I have got my salad from last night left over. It's just radish, lettuce, rocket, spring onion, avocado, cucumber, tomato, and then I've got some of her tempeh. Num 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 num. And some kimchi and some leftover rice as well. This is stained, I bet. It's like kimchi. I've got stuff all over my dress. Yeah, there are these Alex, good lord, these pea snacks. I used to love the balsamic vinegar and salt ones, and they don't sell them in the normal shops anymore, but they sell them in Lidl, like a different brand, so I'm very happy with that. Just given Ellen some and she is loving it. She's literally eating it, smiling, but look how good this watermelon is. It's just the best thing, I think, in summer. Seasonal fruits. I don't know that I get the same joy from the rest of the year, probably because obviously this time of year is so abundant. Maybe like spring vegetables, and then summer fruits like peaches and like tomatoes and watermelons and just nectarines, and you just go to the supermarket and strawberries and raspberries, it's just and I just could not resist. This looks so delicious. Can you make sure she's not eating the skin? I don't think she is, but... No. Get your own slice.
Ooh, so red. Ooh, I feel like I'm on holiday.
Yeah. We're entering a phase of childhood where you can give them food and it entertains them, because I can give her like, I can like sit there with my ice lolly and give her like little licks of the ice lolly, or give her a bit of watermelon, and it makes her happy. She's squishing the watermelon all over the floor.
Oh dear.
No. Do you want another bite?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're being really... Oh, yum, yum.
I need to get myself in gear, so in 10 minutes I can film a recipe. I think we'll start with my peach salad. Sainsbury's has arrived, so maybe I can show you that instead. Tofu tempeh. Ellen likes tempeh, it's a nice change, it's a fermented food. I'm trying to get her to eat fermented foods. I want to introduce her to things like sauerkraut and maybe like other fermented foods. I don't know how it'll go, whether she'll like hate it or not. Although should you do that before they're one because of like salt and stuff? Not really sure. Anyway, Greek style, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. That's probably for the future. This I'm about to use for my salad. They've substituted this, haven't they? Why have you got two of these? Did Alex add this? Anyway, this is the yogurt that I like to get for her because it's no sugars and it's fortified with B6, B12 and D2, which obviously if you're opting for a vegan diet or vegetarian, there are certain things you're missing out on. So basically, if you're using alternatives like yogurts and milks, it's great to get the fortified versions because of the way children eat. Obviously, if they're having yogurt instead of Greek yogurt, it means it's fortified with those things, so you're not missing out on them. This one I really like the taste of, but this one does have sugar in it, so I try and avoid that for her. Free from spread, Alex got that one. This is my favourite vegan butter, if it would focus. I've been saying Nutella, but I watched a video the other day and he was basically rating the most eco butters that you can buy in the supermarket, and this one was one of the top ones, or the top one. And he said naturally, and now I'm like, am I an idiot? And I've been saying Nutella the whole time, but it's naturally. Anyway, the reason he said it was the best one is because obviously because it's vegan, the carbon footprint of the actual butter is lower than normal butter, and this is palm oil free, lactose free, Lots of vegan butters have palm oil in them. Plus, it's made from, the packaging is made from paper, so you can recycle it. Lots of the butters that come in the blocks have the foil wrapping. They're not recyclable. They have to be, I don't know, I guess burnt or something. So you can't recycle them. And they're actually, that makes it worse than buying the plastic tubs, because the plastic tubs, at least you can recycle them. A lot of stuff doesn't get recycled, but at least a portion of it does. He broke it down in the video and I thought it was so interesting. This is the best tasting vegan butter. So it's the most sustainable and it tastes the best. Alex got some Richmond bacon. Don't love that bacon, to be honest. We've got some tofu dippers. I wanted these with one of our dinners. We've also got some Beyond tenders. I think that was Alex's choice. Sometimes I have to be mindful of like meat alternatives. Alex doesn't have this issue, but sometimes it hurts my tummy if I have too many, so I try and only have it occasionally. Here are Elowin's nappies. These are actually our favourites for sure. We get the pull-up ones now because she's so fidgety. Doing anything different. I think, are you trying to change your nappy now?
No.
Oh, what are you trying to do?
Changing it.
Ah, okay. Right, we've got Organics apple rice cake clouds and melty carrot puffs. These are perfect for the car. Life hack if you're a new parent or you're just starting to wean. These are fine from 7+ months. These are fine from 6+ months. We've also got melty rings, which we've not tried before, sweet corn. Then we've got, I think these were on offer. This isn't chicken pieces and this isn't pork sausages. We've got Otto Barista. Just for something different, these were on offer rather than MoMA this week. Breadsticks, another little baby hack. We give this to her when dinner is ready, but it's hot and she's getting upset. You can give her a breadstick. Always getting rigatoni for an emergency pasta meal with her. Same as silk and tofu. I'm noticing how much of my food shop is now catered to her. Silk and tofu, always buy this as well because it's great to blend into a sauce for like pasta. You can blend spinach or any sort of vegetable with silk and tofu, some olive oil, some nutritional yeast or some herbs, and it's a delicious sauce. You don't really have to think about it too much. Jason's sourdough, my favourite bread to get from the supermarket. Some cherry tomatoes. Coconut milk, this is the best coconut milk. Check your coconut milks, how much percentage of coconut is in them. This one is 70% coconut. Lots of them are only about 50 and they've got lots of other things in them. On bar, my favourite chocolate on the planet. Bananas. Alex saw these. She loves corn on the cob. So he saw them frozen. How useful. So we can just boil her up one. We've got this squeaky bean cooking treat. I think this is for pizzas on Friday.
Yeah.
This goes so well on pizza. I'm now buying even more tofu than I used to buy because she has so much tofu. It's such a great food, it's high in iron, easy to cook, and she really enjoys it. Hummus, nutritional yeast, got 2 lots of passata for some reason, one small, one big. Always get bowl bean co chickpeas. Wish I'd bought some more beans actually. Risotto, because we're gonna have French bean risotto because we did get our Riverford delivery this morning, which I've already packed away, sorry. We've got some strawberries. These look a little bit like they're on the way out, which is kind of annoying. That's the only downside of delivery, is you get stuff that's on the way out, like same as this. This is the 1st of July. Oh no, the 10th. Whenever I order broccoli from Sainsbury's, it always comes yellow. I love Sainsbury's, favourite supermarket, but the broccoli, organic broccoli, when they get it delivered, it's often not good enough. Right, lemons, cucumber, avocado, and peaches. And now my favourite job of all, to put all this food away, which honestly, can you do it, Alex?
Yeah.
I hate doing it so much that Alex is going to put the food away. Okay, so we're making my grilled peach pasta salad. We're starting by boiling up pasta, and I'll link this recipe down below. Boil up some fusilli pasta, and then once it's ready, just set it aside, drizzle some olive oil over it. Ooh, steamy. And then that can just set aside to cool off. I've just put some cubed rustic bread into the oven for 10 minutes to bake at 180 degrees Celsius with some olive oil to make some crispy croutons. Croutons are so easy to make, especially if you've got like a end of a loaf that is stale, works perfectly. Now I'm going to chop up some peaches and we'll grill them, and this is what makes the whole thing taste so delicious. And so I just grilled the peaches, I have toasted the walnuts, and I've cooked the croutons, and then I just chopped my ingredients. This is the sort of salad that does take a little bit more effort to like cook all the things. It's not like a quick salad that you just chop everything and throw it together. but it is really delicious and it's worth the effort. The only thing I'll say is with the peaches, they don't have to be super ripe. In fact, if they are super ripe, probably don't grill them when they're super ripe because they will fall apart. Best to get them when they are just ripening, so when they're like soft but not like squishy. We've got our grilled peaches, and I'm going to save a few for topping. So I would pick your favourite ones, the ones that look the nicest, and you can save those to put on top of the platter at the end. Same with the croutons, I will save a few for the top. Then we've got cherry tomatoes. I picked like a mixture of yellowy ones and red ones for some rainbow colour. And then our cooked pasta. We've got some spring onions, and then the other ingredients are rocket, our Violife Greek white block, which obviously you can replace for normal feta if you're vegetarian or whatever, but that's my favourite vegan option. Assemble everything in this bowl, and then we can make our dressing, pour it over, and I'll put it all out on a platter for you to show you how delicious it is. Add your pasta into a large bowl with your grilled peaches, cherry tomatoes, spring onions, croutons, rocket, toasted walnuts, some mint, and I almost forgot the vegan feta. Just crumble this in. Now let's make our dressing with 30 ml of olive oil, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a clove of garlic, the zest of half a lemon, and some salt and pepper. And give that a little whisk. Then we can pour this over our salad, toss it all through. Oh, it smells amazing. And let's get this on a really gorgeous platter. And the ones we saved. Right, so I want to make my summer hot sauce, which is a recipe from my cookbook. This is the burger. Look at that photograph. My friend Ali Green is my photographer, and she goes by Alexandra Studio. She did all the photography for this cookbook. She's done all of my photography for years now, all of the photography on my website. Any picture you've seen of me over the last however many years, it's her photography. She did the cover for my last book. And we went around Cornwall and got loads of beautiful photography, and then also took all the pictures in my home. And I'm just so proud of what we managed to get, because I just absolutely love everything about the pictures in this book. We literally like storyboarded everything. We planned everything to have that kind of aesthetic, like that Pinterest look, that immersive feel when you flick through. Like you're in Cornwall, like you're in my home, like you want to make these things and you look at it and think, oh, that looks delicious, or that looks really cozy. Yeah, I just feel like we achieved that. Like, look at the vibe. And everything we've done here and everything we've created here, it's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna make my summer hot sauce. I'll show you the ingredients, it's so easy. So these are all the ingredients. We've got vegetable oil, apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, garlic, onion, lime, tomatoes, tomato puree, and chilies. You can add more chili if you want it to be even spicier. It's already a very spicy hot sauce. Obviously it's a summer hot sauce. Making your own sauces at home is actually very, very simple, and it's quite fun because it makes it so delicious. And of course there are recipes out there with fermented hot sauces or hot sauces that require a lot of prep and yeah, a lot of work that goes into them, and they're incredible, and there are other creators who make those kinds of recipes. As you know, over here we focus on simplicity and ease and fitting it into our life. I chop these up a little bit and then you just blend it in a food processor or a blender, and you've got yourself a delicious hot sauce. It's really that simple. And there you have it, all blended. If you want the texture to be less runny, just use less tomatoes, a few less tomatoes and a little bit less apple cider vinegar. It's the sort of thing that you can adjust to your own taste. I quite like it a little bit runny, so it's like a proper sauce, like a hot sauce, rather than a thicker like salsa-y kind of texture. But But yeah, you can reduce, I would say you can reduce the vinegar by maybe like 25 ml and just take a few tomatoes out and it will be slightly less runny. But this is so good. It's addictive. Alex ends up putting on everything and so do I. It's bedtime, so we always have dinner and then
dippers. Depending
on when her nap was, she hasn't, this is the craziest thing, she hasn't slept since, she woke up at 11:15, it's now 7:15. So she didn't nap this afternoon and she is wide awake. I don't think she needs a bath tonight. We don't do it every night. Do all of her like little creams and stuff and lay like a towel out so she has like nappy off time. And she always, I feel like she loves the creams, like the baby creams. We use like all Weleda stuff. She loves all the baby creams and the Tangle Teaser. I use that to brush her hair and like all of the stuff more than toys. She has such fun rolling about, playing with those. And then we do her teeth, give her her multivitamin, and then we'll read some books. And she is getting to the age now where she gets excited about the books, because when we've like put her in her vest and her sleep suit, she'll sit there and she'll start getting like hyperventilating, almost like at the books, and we pick books for her and she'll have preferences. It's such a gorgeous age because she's coming to life and she's having preferences and personality, and it's like she likes specific books and specific toys. She's obsessed with cuddly toys, and she has one that she just absolutely loves. And it's just so cute. And we'll read her books and then do a little sing-song and then put her to bed. Hopefully this evening she'll go to bed immediately because she should be knackered. Look at her brekkie today, prepared by Daddy. She's in a phase of spitting everything out after chewing it. But we've got peanut butter on toast, hummus on toast, strawberries, peaches and tomatoes. Getting this absolutely massive parasol was the best decision. We didn't get one for ages because we did have one. We did have one and we left it out and it got gross, and then we just never got another one for some reason. You can see that it's a bit on the wonk because we need to tighten the bottom. But I've done this flower bed, it looks a lot better. So hopefully those flowers can start to bloom, because when I don't do this, and I haven't done it in maybe a month, it means that the flowers can't shine and then they just don't look pretty and it's pointless. So now hopefully all these flowers can shine. So I brought the mat out and I'm gonna do a bit of gardening with her, and I'm assuming that once I start she'll be intrigued. I do want to get a mat that I can fold up. We have one that we used in the cottage when we were living there that like folds down and then you can just open it out. And we left it there for when people stay with children. So I really want one for here that I can use for outside. So yeah, that I can just like lay it out on the patio, because it's a bit hard for her to be. Yes, she's already picking the flowers. Let's do some gardening, shall we? My gloves. This is a geranium. Hopefully one day, sweetheart, we can do this together. You can get your own little set of pliers. And you can cut the flowers with Mummy. Both flower beds are done. This one's way more full. I actually missed a few. plants at the back there, but weirdly this one's more like full of life. I think it's because of the wisteria, because the wisteria is planted on this side. You can see now I've taken all the dead gladioli out. You can see how bare it is. So it's probably partly because the gladioli there's so many more of them on this side, and that's so satisfying. And Elwyn actually happily played just watching me for ages. I'm definitely interested in the kind of Montessori theory or approach of involving your children in things and sort of thinking in the long run, getting them to be involved in cooking, gardening, chores and doing things as a family, so that as they get older it's less of a like you having to bribe them to do it. It's just a way of life and they become independent that way. And I think probably some of you picked up on that anyway because of our approach to sleep and breastfeeding so far, and kind of how we were talking about what we want to do when she moves into her own room, thinking of a floor bed, maybe a sort of Montessori setup for her room. I do need to actually read the books though, because I know that there are a few books about it, because I've got like a surface level understanding of it, and I feel like it definitely fits what was spoken about in the book Hunt, Gather, Parent, which does have a few like iffy bits that I didn't love, but I did love the kind of reflection on communities that just involve their children in everything that they do. So it's like this community effort, and children then gain self-esteem and value from doing things with their family and wanting to do it, and there's incentive rather than kind of like almost a reward system, like do your chores and you'll get paid, or you do your chores and you get a sticker. It's more like they just want to, you kind of involve them so that they want to do what you're doing as a family from when they're little. And so when she's able to walk and stand, I want to get her involved in cooking. And yeah, she's able to do this with me now. She's able to sit and enjoy, and she was just picking up plants, I was passing them to her. And as she gets older, I could get her some like baby safe secateurs or things to like cut the plants with. And she can be outside with me. We can plant vegetables and do things like that, and that would just make my life so happy. That would be just the dream. So point me in the direction of some books. I know that there's a few books called like Montessori Baby, Montessori Toddler, Montessori Child, I think. I'm always dubious to ever prescribe to one way of parenting too much as a theory. I think you should kind of understand all these different approaches and then apply it to what works for you. That's how I would do it anyway. But it does appeal to me, and I really want her to be independent and learn things by doing them with me. And even if that means it takes longer for me, I feel like it's worth it for her and for us as a family in the long run. And that was a good example of it, because that was so fun. That was so fun. Alex has made dinner, and he has made courgette fritters with pearl barley and a raita and cucumber. This is Elwyn's version. The fritters I have a recipe for, and we literally just added a bit more courgette and a carrot. How much courgette did you do?
It was just over 300 grams.
Just over 300. And we've got pearl barley because it's been in the cupboard for ages. And I'm just laughing at the way that this is on a massive plate with a tiny bit of cucumber.
Well, because I cut it for her and it was wrong. Do you remember why we have the pearl barley?
Why?
Because it was on the shelf for polenta and I just picked it up without looking.
I mean, it's delicious. I'm surprised we've not made it. Look how nice that looks. And yeah, Elwyn, I know it's hot. This is the worst part when you have a baby. They're like desperate to eat, but it's boiling hot. That's not hot though. That's fine. You can enjoy that. Good morning. It's as hot as the pits of hell today. Oh, or I don't know. Maybe it's... I just feel, you know when you feel hot and you can't cool down? Like I just feel like there's a layer of like sticky sweat. Like I've had a shower and I've put sun cream on my face. And it's, you know, it doesn't dry like usually when you put your makeup on. It like dries and then you can put like blusher on, and I was putting my makeup on and it's like, it's all sticky and not drying. And I was in my dressing gown, like my bathrobe thing for too long, and it made me so hot. I'm just sitting down to do a bit of work. I'm a bit disoriented this morning for some reason. You can tell by how I'm like speaking slowly. I need to film some videos today. I think it's because I changed my plan slightly with when I'm having a meeting today. I've moved it to this afternoon, and also something that was meant to arrive for a brand deal didn't arrive. And I have this sometimes. I know it's ADHD, I know it is. It's when I have an addiction to changing my plans. So I will like meticulously plan my content for the month ahead. I will put titles for YouTube videos, titles for videos I'm going to film, when I'm filming them. And that largely really helps me to focus because it gives me an idea of what it is that I've got coming up, and then I'll plot it into my calendar and it's amazing. But then often when it comes to the day, I just change the plans anyway, or things happen in my job, like for example, a product doesn't arrive so I can't film anymore. Or the meeting I'm having this afternoon, it makes more sense for it to be this afternoon rather than this morning. And then like stuff with like children, like that's got a bit delayed. So it just kind of means I'm always having to move stuff, which is partly my doing because I'm the one moving it, but also it makes me feel disoriented. I wish there was a solution. I've been doing this for years, and someone actually said to me, do you have an ADHD coach? And I wondered, is that something I need to look into? Because I've had therapy for a long time, whether I need to sort of consider like life coaching or like guidance, like speaking with someone for guidance on the things that are kind of still not working for me in my life, things like that I can't seem to find a solution to. Because planning makes sense because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me focused. I look at it every day and I'm like, right, I've remembered that that is what I have to do. But I'm a serial changer. Like this video that I'm filming was supposed to be a clean and tidy my farmhouse with me. I could think of actually nothing worse than cleaning my house this week because it's so hot. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to. There's my little ramble. I need to get on. I'm wasting time talking to you about this. Let's film my baked banana oats, which again, it feels like such a boring recipe. It's so simple, but it's such a nice one. Right, we're making baked banana oats. This is perfect if it's your time of the month because all I'm craving is chocolate and sweet things, and I want to wake up and have pudding. So you need oats, of course, demerara sugar, though this is optional. I know some people are funny about sugar. You don't have to have sugar. Oat milk, maple syrup. This is obviously a kind of natural sugar. They're all the same when you're cooking from scratch. I know people are funny about sugar and some people are going to argue this, but they're all sugar, even if it's natural. Agave syrup, whatever. You can also just leave it out if you want to, but that defeats the point. Vanilla bean extract, chocolate chips, bananas, cinnamon, walnuts, which also you can swap for any nuts. You can do pecans or you could do seeds. I just love walnuts or pecans. So just mashing 2 bananas in a bowl. My bananas could do with being a little bit more ripe. Then we'll add oats, of course. Milk, I'm using oat milk. And isn't it neat, it comes in a proper jug, whatever it's called. Vanilla extract. Walnuts, though you can use any nuts you like. And if you're lazy, you don't need to use a chopping board, just crunch them in there. Star of the show, some dark chocolate chips. And you can add as many as you like, honestly. You can go to town. Cinnamon and maple syrup. Stir this all together. This is what it should look like. Pour this into a baking dish. Then we'll bake this for around 10 to 15 minutes and take it out of the oven. Now we're going to place some banana on top. More chocolate chips, of course. And a sprinkle of demerara sugar. And then this can go back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes to bake and caramelize. My only issue with this is that I'm just going to end up eating it all. Meal prep, that's why meal prep's a problem for me. I end up eating it all. I won't, but this is for all of my chocoholics. It is so good. This is genuinely also just a really nice dessert. If you wanted a sort of healthier dessert, it's still kind of dessert. It's got chocolate chips in it, but it's dark chocolate. It's got less sugar than maybe a cake would. This would be delicious after dinner as well, and I fear what's going to happen is I'm going to have this for breakfast and then for pudding. I think Alex is heading back now. He went out to a little, what's it called, play area? What do you call them? Soft play with Elowen. And I think she's going to be knackered because it's nearly midday, so I'll put her down. I've got that meeting and then I'm going to go to my parents, and my mum suggested having a little splash about in the pool. Paddling pool, by the way, they don't have a pool. I wish. Whenever I trim these grasses, it's like I'm giving them a haircut. I'm like gathering the hair and then giving it a good old snickeroo. Oh God, this is not the right device. I bought these the other week and I've already made them rusty and horrible. What should I fill the gaps with? I want something that's a flower. Maybe I need to find a flower that copes with water and sunshine. Get something to fill it with. This was a lavender. Oh, how do I do this with one hand? Anyone else's dog like this? I just took her out to the toilet and she just sat in the middle of the lawn, and now I've just tried to put her in the shade and she's moved over into the sunshine. I will let you stay there until you stop panting. I have one of these every day now. Ice, decaf, espresso, oat milk, halfway, ice cold water, halfway, big ice cube, teaspoon of brown sugar. I put the sugar in at the end, so I get the lovely crunchy sugary bits. Good morning. What an evening we had last night. Got my oats. Elowen is enjoying strawberries and a peach. Would you like some yogurt, Elowen? Touch and go whether she has this. Oh, you do want some. Do you want me to open the peach? She really enjoyed eating it whole. But maybe you need it opened. Mmm. That's not as good as the one yesterday. If you don't like it, I'll get you a different one. Yeah, last night. I won't go into too much detail because I always think, I always find it awkward. I was thinking this just now. I was like, what do I even say? Because I don't like sharing like health stuff on here because it's private unless it's me, it's personal. We ended up in A&E last night though for Alex, and he's fine. He's literally fine. But they had to just check him over. He had to go in the ambulance, and it was so nerve-wracking. I was so scared because I wasn't with him, and Elowen stayed with my parents and they looked after her and she had the best time ever, and we were in the hospital for a while, but doctors were lovely. All was fine, all was good, but we're just very tired, and Alex is now resting today. She loves passing stuff to me now, so share it, shall we? I'm going to Newlyn today, so maybe I could give you an update there because Alex is resting. So I'm going to go because there's new people arriving. And I'm going to drop off the Prosecco and the bread, water the plants, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yes. This is kind of fun. I don't normally do this sort of thing, like go off on my own without Elowen to do something like this. So we're going to go to the supermarket to get the milk, biscuits, Prosecco, and I'm taking the towels and also like all the bits to restock, like the hand soap, things like that, and I'll show you when we get there. shopping done. Alex does, I think, usually go to like the local shop in all the local shops. We've got a farm shop near us, but I didn't do that today because I didn't want to have to go to multiple different places to get like the bread and the flowers, because you have to go to different shops for different things. So we're on a time crunch, and so I just went to Sainsbury's. They actually do have like Cornish stuff in there, which is fantastic. So now let's go get everything in the house, and then we can check the garden, see what it's looking like. Very nerve-wracking coming here. Alex just messaged and she was like, I don't know why I'm stressed. What could have happened in a week? Because it's your own property. You're like, oh gosh, has something happened? Is something broken, or like something leaking, or yeah, you have that. I suppose it will get more used to it as time goes on. What lovely flowers. Cute. So that can go on the table. I'll get everything sorted inside and then I'll do the garden. The thing that does stress me out is because we have wood work surfaces, the bit behind where the sink is, it's not the best situation or setup. There's like not loads of room around the sink to put like the washing up liquid and the cloths and stuff. So people naturally are putting it on the wood, so it's leaving loads of like marks, which I know it's no one's fault, and this is me not complaining, because if I was staying somewhere I might not think of that. Let's get all these plants watered. This ivy plant looks like it desperately needs the water. It was looking really happy before, but it's been so hot. This guy's looking pretty happy. Just done a dishwasher load, or put the dishwasher on just to make sure all of the plates and glasses are all sparkly clean. Let's have a look upstairs. Everything's looking great. It's always nice when guests leave it really nicely. Makes a difference, doesn't it? When someone's been respectful and lovely. I'm having loads of fun doing this. Let's just check they've not left anything. How nicely, all neat and tidy with all the bedding taken off. Right. Looking good up here. I haven't moved the mirror. Let's put him back outside. He was on the table.